Yes, guys, can anyone let me know if the sound is working? Bumper clock boxing, it's about time. Yes, man, I've been away. I'm back. Working fine. Good. Because I've got a different camera on today. It's up here. So it should be clearer for you guys. Not that it's a pretty sight to look at, but nevertheless, got to keep it professional over here. Yes, P-Sim, like the video, guys. 8 people in the chat. Hit me with the questions. Let me just turn all the chats on. Live chat. Okay. Azcon, yes, bro. Flynn, Coleridge. Now you're back. I can book my consultation. Bro, you can book your consultation anyway. Don't worry about it. Link is in the description to book the consultation. Main man is back. Looks quality. Quality looks good. Faddy is a boss. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Also, we're almost about to hit 5K. So I don't know how you do it. The share button, whatever it is, share it, like it, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Every time I click on it and it says something like 60% of my viewers have not subscribed. So there's people out there watching that ain't subscribed. So make sure you get subscribing and click that love heart at the bottom. I think that's the like button, the love heart. So click the love heart. And I'm waiting for the questions, guys. You'll get that silver play button in no time. I hope so. What is it? 100K? I don't know, bro. That's going to be a while, that one. I'm just about closing in on 5K. So 5K first, then we'll go for 100K. But I've just heard that once you hit 10K, that's like a good point to hit. You hit 10K, and then from there, I've heard from what I know from people that it kind of you get what is called a hockey stick effect. Okay, quality looks good. Here we go. Leangelo Testicle, what's been your major source of income over the years? Okay, that's a long question, that one. Let me see. Let me do the best I can answer it. Okay, I'll be very vague. Let's just do very vague. So, gym. I opened my first gym at the age of 19. Me and my friend bought it. It was already a running gym. Bought it for a friend. So, as you know, the gym game 20 years ago, almost 19 years ago when I first bought my gym, wasn't as profitable as it is today. So over the course of the next 10, 15 years, I opened and sold 7 gyms. My most recent in the UK being the Iron Athlete Gym, which is now known in Rotherham as Ultraflex. Now, Ultraflex have gone on to open quite a few more gym chains, but one of the gyms that they bought off me was the one in Rotherham. So that was my main source of income. Also, alongside that, properties, which I'm going to speak about in another video, properties in another video. And right now, online coaching in YouTube. So, well, not YouTube. YouTube doesn't pay me much. It pays me a little bit. It just keeps that light on. That's all YouTube does. Pays for that. But it's still something. And we're growing. That's the main thing. But I have investments in Pakistan. I have investment properties abroad. That keeps me eating steak every day. I was smart enough, not lucky enough, smart enough to not buy crazy clothes. I always wear just basic shit, you know, nothing expensive. I have 0 designer clothes. I don't own anything expensive. My watch is, you know, one of these. So yeah, I'm very good with expenses. I didn't go crazy, but property, those are things that made me a lot of money. Obviously, I had jobs like working the doors. And if you guys haven't watched my video, I used to run a brothel for 1 year. Yes, you heard that right. A brothel, an English establishment. For those people who don't know what that is, I can't explain it right now, but watch my video. So that's what I did. And yeah, worked hard, grafted hard. That's the main thing. You have to graft hard. So what keeps you going every day? Well, at the minute, my easy answer for that is my daughter, my family. And I obviously want more and more for them. Not to spoil them, but I just want them to, I want to kind of like show them or open up the doors in life that are closed to most people, especially myself. They were closed to me from a young age, and they still are close to me. So I think life's about opening those doors. And if you keep opening those doors, then you get to see more. And if you get to see more, you can become more. And if you become more, then that's the true satisfaction in life. I never want to get to a destination and be like, yeah, this is it. This is the destination. This is where we wanted to get to. We're there. I think it's a personal journey about you. So without getting too philosophical on here, you have to become more, not want more. Don't own more, be more. Hope that made sense. Didn't expect that question on a live Q&A, but it is what it is, bro. Right. As Khan, question, what's the difference between test and unfake, Cypionate for TRT? What dose would you also recommend? Okay, so with doses, as it's individual, let me just talk about the Cypionate and test and unfake. So Cypionate and test and unfake, if you was to give it to, let's say me, someone who's taken both, right? And he was to say to me, Fadi, you've been on Cypionate for 10 weeks, and now we're going to be on test and unfake for 10 weeks. What difference did you feel? I probably would not be able to tell. That's the reality of it. I would say 9 out of 10 guys, in fact, no, I'm going to say 10 out of 10 guys would not know the difference if you took it. So for result-wise and feel-wise, probably the same. Because I know that I'm taking Cypionate, or I know I'm taking test and unfake, I feel that Cypionate holds more water. Why? I don't know. Maybe it was just the batch that I got. So that's what I'm going to say about that one. Again, they're very, very same. The US guys tend to get hold of Cypionate in pharmaceutical grade more available, whereas in Europe, it's mainly test and unfake. Asia is test and unfake. America, Cypionate. Don't know why that's the case. I don't make the rules, guys. It's just the way it is. So Cypionate for US and unfake for UK. Difference, not a lot at all. Have you sorted your editing situation out? Because some of your videos were a bit Gen Z. Yeah. Okay, so it's different. You know, when you're trying to edit videos, especially me, I know the vision that I'm trying to put across, but I'm a shit editor, that's the reason why none of my videos are edited. So any videos that, 99% of my videos are edited, and they're done by me. Whereas the videos that are edited, the new team have kind of taken over. They're still trying to figure out my style of doing things. It takes a little bit of time, but eventually we will get there. But I do get what you mean, the Gen Z stuff. And I think it's a language barrier as well. No one in the UK is going to edit videos like that. Or if they are, it's going to be very, very expensive. And most guys in the UK are very slow. That's what I've found. I have used people in the UK. And just you know, if you go and you want anything tech doing, you need to go to Pakistan, you need to go to China, you need to go to Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, all these countries. There's guys, tech wizards sat there for cheap rates, and they're good. The main thing is they're good at what they do. So yeah, it's going to take a bit of time, but we'll get there. Flynn Coolridge, I'm currently on cycle 3 on Ultimate TRT. Being 2 weeks, I was wondering, after the 12-week bulk I'm currently doing, would I have to run the PCT for a month, or would I be okay at cycle 1? No, you don't have to do the PCT. You can go straight on cycle 1. What I would advise you to do, though, at the end of your 12-week bulk is make sure you do blood work. Blood work is very important. Without blood work, we don't know what's going on. Obviously, visually, you'll see your muscles grow and adapt and all that kind of shit. But to really know if you can do something long-term, or if you want to know if something's healthy for you, then we need blood work. Without blood work, we're not going to know if it's healthy or not. So blood work first. If you feel like you want to do PCT, you can come off, do PCT. If you feel like you don't need it, then of course, just go straight for the cycle 1 on the PCT program. Tom Jackson, on TRT, but problem is my chest is lacking. I can't lift heavy with my chest, but a lot of the time shoulders try and take over. What do you suggest for targeting the chest? Flies don't work, always feel shoulders. Okay, so flies are not a great exercise to target your chest. If you want to target your chest muscle, the best thing that you can do is flat bench or incline bench presses. Now, don't worry too much about feeling the actual muscle. What you want to worry about is the load. Make sure your technique's bang on. Make sure the load is heavy. And obviously, it's going to take a bit of time. But once your nervous system can take that damage and your neurological responses, connections are going to be with your brain and your muscle, it's going to take a bit of time. Maybe do the bench press every single day for 30 days. So you're really fatigued and really taxed. Once you've built that connection then the muscle will start growing. But there is no way, if you're lifting weights for, let's say, 3 sets of 8 every single week under heavy load, your muscle has to grow. Don't mess around with flies, with cables, all this kind of garbage, all this bullshit. It don't work. You don't need it. Stick to the basics. And that's it, basically. There's nothing that you can take for it. So there's no, oh, I'm going to inject in my chest, or I'm going to take this and it's going to make my chest grow. Don't mess around. Very basic. That's the best way to do it. Tom Jackson, on TRT, but problem on my chest. Okay, that's Tom Jackson, yeah. Leangelo Testicle, did security, yeah. So, yeah, security is a great job, bro. I mean, like, I loved it. When I was working the doors, I was young. I was 18 years old. And I was working the doors with guys who were like, at the time, maybe 40, which is almost the age I am now. So as an 18-year-old, to be rolling with a pack of 40-year-olds, especially when, you know, you're in a situation where it can kick off, and it did kick off many times. They've got your back and you've got their back. You build a good camaraderie with these guys. They rip the shit out of you. Like, you're going to get your wittiness level is going to be like through the roof, because you're going to be getting ragged, not by teenagers no more. As an 18-year-old teenager, you're not going to get ragged by your own peer group and become the master of your peer group. You're going to be with guys that are savages, guys that have been doing this for a long time. So not only is it going to make you physically better, but mentally, the ragging that you get from the elders, from the older guys that you work with, is going to carry over to how you conduct yourself later on in life with other people. It could be for business. It could be for relationship. It could be meeting your girlfriend's dad. It could be meeting your girlfriend or your boyfriend, whatever. So it's a big thing. I really like security work. I mean, I never worked it on my own kind of thing. I mean, when I'm talking security, I don't mean standing in Tesco's and making sure, you know, no one's robbing the ketchup. I'm talking security back in the days, the nightclubs. That's kind of security I used to do. What's the secret to the perfect bread-free, wheat-free, gluten-free, ingredient-free, bread-free bread? Also, big up to the tuna crunch sandwiches. Yeah. So, yeah, I think the reason why I say that is for you guys who follow me. First of all, press the like button. Hit the heart. There's only 4 likes yet, and there's 10 people in here. Hit the heart button, right? The reason why I take the piss out of that is because most people get hung up on the details, and you shouldn't get hung up on the details with anything in life, with anything, like literally, especially bread. Who gives a shit, bro? Bread's bread. Is it bad for you? Yeah, of course. Is there 10 things better than bread? Of course. But how else am I supposed to make a sandwich? I'm going to have bread on it, and bread's nice. It tastes good. It's okay. It's readily available. You can go to the corner shop and buy bread. It's not hard to get hold of. So nothing wrong with bread. It's okay to have bread. Don't get hung up on white bread, brown rice, white rice. It's all garbage. Rice is rice, bro. There's different ways to make it, but your body ultimately is going to break it down exactly the same. It isn't a massive deal. Like, don't get hung up on it. Okay. Does microdosing into everyday injections increase the SHBG? I would say it probably decreases the SHBG because you're microdosing it. So that will bring that down. It's not something that you want out of range. You want it controlled. Microdosing every single day injections is probably pointless. There's no reason to do that. I mean, if you're taking test and amphe, why would you want to inject more frequently? I don't know. Maybe you like the injection. I don't know. I wouldn't do it. It's not advisable. The way I do it, the way I teach it works. How do I know it works? Blood work on me and 100 and maybe, well, I was going to say 100,000, but I haven't had 100,000. At least 1,000 people we know. Right now, the program's almost been sold 1,000 times. So I know, and I'm telling you now, the blood work I see, with that, the way I show people what to do, it keeps everything in check. As long as you're taking Proviron as well. So don't try to reinvent it. Stick to what works. That's the best way. Speaking of Proviron, someone's mentioned here. Are Proviron okay for my liver? Currently on 50 milligram a day, not taking any liver support like milk thistle as I have in the past with other orals. Presuming this is okay, thanks. Okay. If you're taking 50 milligram a day on Proviron, it's okay. Nothing wrong with 50 milligram. I have taken it for over a year and no liver damage. I would, though, advise if you are going to do any orals, and I mean any orals, so even if you're taking something like a fish oil, which I have over here, even if you're taking, you know, any Proviron, or what else have I got? What else have I got over here? So CoQ10 and vitamin D3 tablets and ubiquinol, all these kind of stuff. Always look after your liver. And one of the easiest things you can look after your liver with, and well, can you guys read that? There you go. Put it next to my face, you can read it. So Tudka, very simple. The dosage on this is 1200 milligrams, 1 tablet a day. Better than milk thistle, better than any liver support out there, better than any Liv 52 tablet out there. Tudka, that's it. Yes, there's another one as well called Udka. Great, but this is what I recommend. I've taken this, I give it for my clients as well, and it works. That's the main thing. It works. If it didn't work, I won't recommend it, and it wouldn't be on my desk over here to have every single morning with my orals. What are your views on PCT tabs where they supposedly have a bit of Clomid, Nova, Proviron all in one tablet? I'm pretty sure I know what you're going to say, but I want to ask you anyway. Well, first of all, this is an underground thing because there's no pharmaceutical company out there that will put Clomid, Novadex, and Proviron in one tablet because it makes no sense. Those 3 drugs do not go together in any other walk of life. Like there's like Novadex, breast cancer medication. Clomid increases your sperm count, which those 2 things, first and foremost, do not go together. So they would never put those 2 things together. And then Proviron, well, you get my point, I'm trying to say, yeah. It's definitely underground labs. Why and how are these people using or putting it into a capsule form? Where did they get raw powder from? What is it, the right mixture? What are they trying to do? And what are you trying to do by taking this all in one? Are you trying to cut corners? Are you trying to save money? Do you think it's beneficial to do all these things together? So you have to ask yourself. Me personally, I would say don't take Clomid, don't take Novadex is an anti-cancer drug, which will harm your lipids. Yes, harm your lipids, like really F them up in the long run. Why would you want to do that? Makes no sense to me why people take Novadex. I don't understand it. I would never prescribe Novadex to anybody ever under any circumstances would I take Novadex. I just don't see what benefit it has in a bodybuilding cycle or a TRT cycle. Makes no sense to me. Now, if you're doing PCT and you want to hold off estrogen a little bit, then yes. But then with PCT, you wouldn't be taking Proviron. So, okay. Who have we got next? Robert Jim. How much can your lower back estrogen? How much can you? I don't know why I said lower back. How much can you lower your estrogen level if you switch from 250 milligram test twice a week into 70 milligram every single day? Bro, I did a video about this the other day about testosterone and how different levels affect different people. So I took 125 milligram once a week in one single injection, and my test results came back at 35, 37, 42. That's roughly how I am. I had a client doing exactly the same. Like he lives in Sheffield. We know he goes the same batch, the same stuff, and his test was 80 on the same amount of gear, which means what? Everybody breaks shit down differently. Everyone metabolizes things differently. So everyone's an individual. Now, first of all, you're wanting to lower your estrogen. There's other ways to lower your estrogen. By doing sub-Q will lower estrogen. That's the first thing. So attack that one first. See if that fixes it. If it doesn't, there's other things to do after as well. Mohammed 22, welcome back, Fadi. How was Pakistan? Was it business or pleasure, G? LOL, that Qatar airport looked amazing. Yeah. Okay. So Pakistan, unfortunately, this time was business. Oh. And if you know about business in Pakistan, it's not an easy do. It's not an easy do. I'm telling you, it's hard, especially we're from the UK. And just the way we do shit over here is completely different to Pakistan. Pakistan's very crazy. And at the minute out there, the property market is very volatile. It's crazy. Absolute madness. I mean, only someone from Pakistan would be able to understand what I'm trying to say. So I'm not even going to get into it for you guys. But Mohammed 22, you probably know what I'm talking about. It's pretty messed up out there. But if you're doing okay, you're fine. No problem. Qatar airport, on the other hand, it's out of this world. If you've never been, or if you're ever going to pass through, I had a 4-hour layoff, 5-hour layoff. £25 to use the gym. You get steam room, sauna, jacuzzi. You get a swimming pool. I mean, I'm not a swimming kind of guy. And it's a nice way to pass the time. So I definitely made the most of it. Well, at least got my money's worth anyway, because it wasn't cheap. So who we got next? Okay, Bomber Clock Boxing. Is it true you can test positive for clomiphene from egg consumption? I don't understand the question, bro. Is it true you can test positive for clomiphene? Okay, I get what you're trying to say. Yeah. No, absolute bullshit. You can only test positive if you're taking something that's increasing your testosterone, being testosterone. You cannot take Clomid and test positive. So the thing that you're talking about, I think I know what you're on about here. You're on about the Conor Benn situation. Nah, bullshit, bro. They're all on it. Look, the truth is, right, Anthony Joshua, Usyk, Fury, whatever, they're all on it. They aren't, these guys are athletes. They ain't got a clue what goes on. That's the job and the role of the nutritionist or the role of the doctor on board. And he's going to look after his athletes the best they can. And then they cycle on and off it depending on which state they're in and where they're doing the blood testing from. I'm not even going to get into it, but when Ricky Hatton was competing at the top level against the Mayweathers, the Pacquiaos, I know the guy who was doing the growth hormone cycle for him, the GH cycle for him, yes. So, and that doesn't even show up in your blood work, but that's not natural. Everyone knows growth hormone's not natural, but that don't even show up. But we're not even going to go into that right now. That's the whole, you got to really open your eyes to see that one. Well, you don't, but if you think that these fighters are natural, then you're probably really deluded, and maybe you shouldn't be following me. But it's your pregnancy protocol, bro. Clomid and Novel together. Yeah, pregnancy protocol, Ryan. Pregnancy protocol. That's a separate thing. So TRT is TRT. If you're on steroids, you're on steroids. Pregnancy protocol is something that you're trying to do. You're trying to get your missus pregnant. So in order to get your missus pregnant, when you take HCG and HMG combined, those two things are going to raise your prolactin and raise your estrogen to such a high, like crazy amount, like 10. If you think your estrogen is high when you do normal steroids, HCG is going to make your estrogen 10 times higher than that. So you're going to need something like Novodex, which is a light, mild anti-estrogen for a short period of time, maybe 2 to 3 weeks, just until you get your missus pregnant or you go and get your get your sperm frozen, and then you come straight off. So you can do things for 2 weeks, short span of time, but it's not TRT. Remember, know the difference, Ryan. You should know, bro. It's separate things. Fadi, can you take D-ball and Clen together? D-ball to bone, Clen to help burn fat. The idea is amazing, isn't it, bro? I like where you're coming from. It makes sense on paper, but don't ever do it, bro. Don't ever do that shit. Clenbuterol is by far the most dangerous thing you could take out there for fat loss. The reason for that, one of the main reasons for that, is that it can cause the heart muscle to strain uncontrollably. It can cause atrial fibrillation, which is like a enlargement of the heart vessel. There's so many things that it can do to the heart. It can actually mess it up. So why would you want to mess with your heart long term for the sake of getting leaner? I can stay lean all year round without doing any fat burners. I don't even take caffeine. And most of my clients don't even take caffeine. So yeah, you do not need Clen. D-ball, on the other hand, great, low dose pre-workout, or if you want to blast it, 4 weeks, blast it, it's good. Nothing wrong with the D-ball. I think it's a very good steroid. Although I wouldn't take it, but I personally wouldn't take it, but it's a good steroid. I'm not going to knock D-ball. ZSAT, I'm 49, been on TRT since May. Is it okay? Do I keep taking it 1 ml twice a week? That's not TRT, my brother. 1 ml twice a week is called steroids. If you're 49 years old, assess it yourself. Or link is in the description. Booking for a call, or go on any of my videos, booking for a call. I think the link will be over there. Why are you taking it? What is your goal from taking it? And who told you it's TRT? Long-term damage on 500 milligram of testosterone is, well, it's not great. As 49 years old, I would definitely get that tested. I don't understand why you are taking that much. What is your current level of fitness? What is your blood work look like? You're going to have some issues long-term. Get that fixed. That's my advice. Or you might be healthy and just completely ignore me. I'm not, I don't know you, bro. But if you're asking the question, it's too much. Don't be doing it. And why, you know, I'm assuming you're doing 1 mil twice a week. So you're definitely not doing sub Q. So that's another issue right there. Anyway, moving on. Flynn Coleridge. I was on 500 milligram test E for 12 weeks with 0 side effects. 2 weeks after my last jab, I took the all-in-one PCT tabs. When finishing, I had a slight acne on my back and shoulders. Read next. Okay, I was wondering, will your tamoxifen and clomiphene give me the same side effects? Okay, no. So let me explain to you, or let me take a guess on why I feel you might have got the acne. You was on 500 milligram of test. You then stopped taking 500 milligram of test and went straight on to the mixture of Clomid, tamoxifen, and Proviron, which one you shouldn't have. That's the first thing. 12 weeks is way too less to be taking anything. You're going to crash on 12 weeks. I don't know where 12 weeks came from. I think it was a bodybuilding contest that somebody was getting ready for, and somebody at one point said, I'm going to diet for 12 weeks, or I can get in shape in 12 weeks. And it's great, it's nice. But why you're doing steroid cycles for 12 weeks is beyond me. It's insane. Like the shortest steroid cycle that I would advise to a client, 20 weeks. And that's short. That's short. 12 weeks. You're going to yo-yo your health for 12 weeks. It's absolutely insane that people are doing that. So Flynn, unfortunately, what you were doing was wrong, which is why you had back knee and shoulder. Should be a name for shoulder acne as well. But the reason why you got back knee and shoulder acne was because of your hormone imbalance, nothing else. So taking tamoxifen and Clomid, will they give you the same side effects? I highly doubt it. Like, really highly doubt it. The 12 weeks that you did, that was your issue right there. Bummer Clark Bloxing, I'm glad you understood. You know it, bro. How good is Primo at building muscle compared to testosterone? Not even close. If we were to put it in out of, what would be fair? Okay, let's call it out of 10, yeah? So testosterone's 10 out of 10 for building muscle. Primo is 0.5 out of 10 for building muscle. It needs to be stacked with something. It needs to be taken with something. And these people that say, but the muscle you gain with Primo stays. How? How on earth? How do they know that this muscle was gained with Primo so it stays longer? You know, you always hear that. Take Anavar and the muscle's going to stay. You don't lose muscle. I don't understand where people get these fantasies from. It's insane. Like, just think about it yourself logically. It makes no sense. I'm going to take some drug. A drug is going to make... So the muscle you gain on testosterone is like flimsy muscle. It's like, oh, yeah, I'm not on test no more. I'm just going to go as soon as he finishes. And then the muscle you make on Anavar is like some rock solid, yeah, I'm Anavar muscle. The muscle I'm on, the muscle I gain is going to stay. It makes no sense. Like, these people, I see these guys, like, and I'm not going to hate, well, I'm not going to hate on them, but like Derek Moore Place More Days, all these steroid experts out there are talking absolutely nonsense. I would love for, this is why I want to grow, yeah? Like, share my page, because I want to grow so I can talk some logic into these scientific nerds and actually ask them, where are the studies, where are the papers that they're talking about where Anavar builds solid muscle and testosterone builds flimsy muscle? It's insane that people have this idea that this is actually a real thing. It's beyond me. Anyway, that's another rant for another video. I'm probably doing a separate video on that. But no, yeah, where was we? How good is Primo building muscle? Yeah, garbage. It don't build anything, bro. AJ's on TRT, bro. Lifetime. Yeah, he is, bro. Of course he's on TRT. What's your view on Shilajit? Absolute dog shit. Shilajit. What the hell, Shilajit? Bro, I got the rock resin from the Himalayan mountains itself. I was there, right from the foothills of the Himalayas. I had it. It was picked. It was picked from the foothills of the Himalayan mountains and handed to me like this. And I took it. It was bullshit. It was garbage. Those people are like, Shilajit does this. It don't do nothing, bro. Shilajit increases testosterone. Show me the papers. Let me see who the test was done by. Shilajit increases testosterone by the guy selling the Shilajit. Nothing works like that, bro. Shilla G. Nah, I'm not hating on it, but I'm not hating on you, but like, it's just people live in this fantasy, bro. Absolute fantasy. Or take a little bit. I see these adverts. Just take a tiny little bit and mix it in water and then drink this and your testosterone is going to increase. Behave yourself. It ain't going to happen. Okay. Where are we now? Where are we? Flynn Coleridge. I built myself up through 125 milligram, 250 milligram, then 500 milligram for 8 weeks, and then come off slow, 250 milligram, 120, then waited 2 weeks for a garbage cycle, bro. Absolute garbage cycle. Like, who advised you to build up from 125 milligram to 250 milligram, then 500 for 8 weeks? You did 500 for 8 weeks, which was a probably waste of 8 weeks. Then you came off again at 250, which technically it wasn't, because the 500 from 2 weeks ago was still in your system. Then you was on 250 when technically you was on 500. Then you was on 125, technically was on 250. It's a bogus cycle. I don't know who gave you that cycle. Clearly had no knowledge, and you messed yourself up for 12 weeks. Learn how to do it properly, brother. 20 weeks minimum. 20 weeks minimum. Give your body a chance to adapt. Give your organs a chance to take a break, to let it understand what's going on in your body. Don't go too high and low. Keep everything level. And eventually you'll find and you'll see that everything's going to work better. Mohammed 22, I've seen your videos, gym videos, Fadi, amazing content, G. Does this mean you don't need a gym membership as you got all the tools at home? Also, did you build it yourself from previous gym ownership experience? Yeah, I mean, anyone can build a gym in the home. I'm a very basic guy when it comes to training. I do all the basic stuff all the time. I never lift any, I don't use any machines, even when I own gyms, or if I go to any gyms, I'd always spend 90% of my workouts on the squat rack. I might use the cables for arms, well, mainly triceps, and barbells and dumbbells. I'm a very, very basic guy. I will show you a gym tour, actually. I will do a gym show. I will show you how much I spent on it as well. So, yeah, it's up to you, bro. I like convenience. When I'm at the gym, the gym time for me is my own time. I like to put my headphones in. I like to listen to audiobooks. I like to listen to podcasts. I like to be at one with my thoughts. I like to keep, a notepad nearby. I like to, oh, that was a good thought. I'll just jot that down. I'll get my phone out. I'll just jot that down. When I'm in the gyms nowadays, the loud music pumping over here, loud music's over there, some idiot's doing something else over here. You walk over to someone and say, excuse me, mate, can I join in? He's looking at you like, you've slept with his missus, and it's just a bad vibe nowadays in the gyms. Bad vibe, negative vibe everywhere. I don't like it. So I just stay the hell away from gyms, man. It's not, in the UK, it's not for me. Thailand, very polite, very kind. No one gives you no shit. Everything's good. And same with Pakistan as well. Everyone's nice and polite, but the gyms are shit over there. So what can you do? Best fiber source, bar nuts. Psyllium husk fiber flakes. Nothing beats that. Does even 100 milligram of Tren per week increase prolactin? Yeah, I suppose it does. Everything. If you're taking 100 milligram of Tren, will it increase prolactin? Only you know, bro. I think it would do, definitely. Bumble Clock Boxing, random Q, but what headphones do you use to listen to podcasts or educational stuff? We don't listen to music around here. Okay, so I don't have them here in this room, but I use 2 different headphones. For when I'm sleeping, I use the long stem AirPod 2s, the old ones. And for the gym, I use the Gen 3 in-ear AirPods. Yeah, AirPods 3. So Gen 3 AirPods and Gen 2 AirPods. They're the ones I use. I did have the sport ones, the ones that have like the rubber thing inside it, the clips inside. I'm not an advert for Apple, guys. It's just so easy to use Apple products. Put that in your ear. But the problem with that is if you're training with somebody or you're out and about, you can't hear what's going on in your surroundings. And I kind of like to be alert. So, but in my own gym, I've just got like a little speaker that I just put on and then I just Bluetooth it from there. But I'm probably not the guy to ask for headphones because I don't even listen to music. So I know nothing about headphones. Why did you set in Thailand? Oh, a number of reasons. So Thailand is, number one, great all year round for weather. 30-degree heat all year round. People say it rains a lot. It doesn't rain that much, to be fair. In the rainy months, it might rain 10 days for the month. Nothing major. It's okay. Great weather all year round. I feel better. The sun, I just feel better when I'm a little bit darker, when the sun hits me a little bit more. I like to sweat. I like to get all the toxins out. I like to let my body do its processing. I don't like to wear a lot of clothes. I think if you live in a hot country, you are more inclined to stay leaner just for vanity reasons. You're thinking, oh, I'm going to take my top off more abroad than I am in the UK. So automatically you're going to want to be in shape. That's the other thing. It's cheap to live out there. The people are polite. The economy is very steady. It's very stable. Accommodation is very cheap. To buy a property out there is very cheap. Like you can get an apartment out there for, if you wanted to entry level apartment, 40, 50 G's, you buy an apartment, 1 bedroom, you're good to go, bro. Sell up in the UK, move out there. I'm not the only guy who's done it. A lot of people have done it. I've got a family, but still people do it. Get out there, get a couple of properties on Airbnb. You got money coming through, bro. You're loving it. You're loving life. No danger, bro. It's nice and easy. Thailand, you can't beat it. It's a great place. I love it. I'm going to take 1 or 2 more questions that I'm going to get going in 3 minutes. Okay, Ryan Stewart, I'm trying to follow your pregnancy protocol to get my balls back, bro. I thought you said 50 milligram Clomid, 20 milligram tamoxifen for a couple of months might help. Yes, that's right, bro. I don't know the question. But staying at 125 milligram. Yeah, you can stay. So, yeah, okay. 2 ways to do the protocol. You can be on TRT or you can be off TRT. If you're off TRT, it might work a little bit better, but you can stay on TRT. There's no issue. And the what I've given you there is exactly what you should take. Nothing more, nothing less. It 100% will work. I can guarantee you that. Okay, Mama 22. What are your views on the bench press slingshot? It's like a band you put on your hands through and lets you rest. Great exercise. It's a great accessory. So you use a slingshot if you are struggling with your lockout. That's the main thing it helps with. So it will help you get the bar off your chest. Then you can overload it. And then as you're locking out, you can start to use more and more weight. So if you could not lock out 140, for example, and you're getting stuck or you're getting stuck at your chest, get the 140, lock it out, press it down, and then you're going to slingshot it. And then when you get to there, it's like a bit of a struggle, and then we lock out. So great exercise. Sorry, great piece of thingy. YouTube over TikTok. I don't know the question. Do I prefer YouTube over TikTok? TikTok's a very volatile place, bro. Very volatile place. I got banned off TikTok 18 times, 18 violations on TikTok. So I kind of given up on TikTok. I mean, I still post on there. It's I think I've got like 16K or something like that. But YouTube is YouTube. It's the second biggest search engine in the world. It's the biggest search engine for videos in the world. If you want to share any knowledge, or you want to spread information, or you want to gain any information, like I'm newly like coming into the world of cameras, which I'm using there now. I'm always buying camera accessories. I'm holding the camera accessory right now. So where do I learn about this stuff from? YouTube. If I wanted to learn about supplementation, where would I learn about it from? YouTube. Like obviously, if I'm a newbie, if I want to learn about TRT, you'd follow FadiHussein.com, or you'd follow me on YouTube. So YouTube is a great thing. I think it's amazing. Yeah, I don't give a shit about the AdSense from YouTube. I think it's a couple of £100 a month, but I know a lot of people that make a hell of a lot of money, and I'm a very small channel still, so better like and subscribe and share it. But I prefer YouTube. TikTok's great for having a laugh every so often, and I used to wind people up on there. But ultimately, where as far as business is concerned and professionalism is concerned, YouTube is the ultimate winner. Nothing beats YouTube. I was looking at Rumble as well, because I can say all the F words as well over there, but I might do that at a later day. Okay, well, last question, then I'm going. Robert Jim, 175 test, 175 trend, 175 masteron, 12 weeks for weight loss. No, and no. Bullshit. I mean, you want to do weight loss? Get on a good diet, bro. Link is in the description. Head over to FadiHussein.com and check out my fat loss program. If you don't want to purchase it, fine, no problem. You can book in a free call with me. Let me show you exactly what to do, man. This is not, steroids do not burn fat. It doesn't make sense, so get away from that. Right. I'm not going to read the name of that, guys, because it means something else. What advice would you give someone who used to lift weights, but never really built muscle. But then did a lot of cardio and lost weight, but stopped weights, but now want to get back. You lifted weights, but now, okay, just get back into lifting weights, bro. Simple as. Never really built muscle and did a lot of cardio. Yeah, I mean, just get back. Listen, bro. Link is in the description. FaddyHussein.com, book a call. It's not as easy as, like, you know, what you're asking for. It's not an easy one, that. Have you heard of a method of goblet squatting 10 reps in between heavy bench presses, their method to the madness? Yeah, it makes sense. Give it a try. I mean, I probably wouldn't do it in between squatting, but if you want to burn more fat, then it's great. And goblet squats is a great exercise. Right, guys, my 40 minutes is up for today. Thank you very much. It's been a slow burner today. I know I've been away for a while, so hopefully these will be more regular every single week. Please join me. Anyone who joined today, I appreciate it. If you haven't, hit the like button. And if you see my videos this week, I'm going to post at least one video every single day on YouTube. Please like, please comment on it. Even if it's something negative, I don't care. Just comment on it. Let's push the page, push the algorithm. I'm trying to grow out here, and hopefully you'll see me battling it out with your favorite TRT specialist or so-called TRT specialist, because that's the ultimate goal here. Sam Darks, keep up the good work, pal. Thank you very much. I'm keeping up the good work. You guys keep up the good work. I'll see you next week.